And honestly, I think we could all use a good laugh. So please welcome Joker.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're discussing 6 decades of film and television interpretations of Batman's archnemesis, the Joker.
And here we go.
The setup. Tacky suits and grin aside, DC's Joker is a dark standard among supervillains. The lore of Batman's archnemesis has undergone many makeovers in many forms of media. The only constant is a deranged criminal mastermind with a morbid sense of humor. But the public's sense of him has been affected by his on-screen presence more than anything. The Joker debuted in the first issue of the Batman comics. We were introduced to a disturbed vigilante dressed like a bat as our hero, alongside a colorful clown as his villain.
What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off mob dealers? No, you complete me.
Inspired by the mutilated lead in the film The Man Who Laughs, the clown Prince of Crime was deliberately designed around contradictions. This helped set a tone in superhero lore that is subversive now, never mind 1940. If Batman is to be done justice in other media, so too must the Joker.
What's so funny?
Just think of a joke.
1960s. Warm-up acts. Batman first hit the screen in a 1943 film serial. But the Joker wouldn't be adapted until 1966. He made up for lost time as a recurring villain on ABC's Batman, starring Adam West as the not-so-Dark Knight.
Come, my comic cohorts in crime!
The camp classic was an ideal platform for the eccentric crime boss. Sure, veteran heartthrob Cesar Romero's refusal to shave his mustache was a flaw in the character design. Otherwise, the startling makeup and wardrobe effectively brought Joker to life. The show was a hit, as was the theatrical film released shortly after its premiere.
Have a shake on me!
Romero's tongue-in-cheek menace alone was a pop culture phenomenon. Voice actor Ted Knight brought that flamboyance to the Joker's 1968 animation debut on The Adventures of Batman.
Get here, my merry men! Crime is no laughing matter, Joker!
The villain would keep TV audiences laughing for years to come, for better or worse. 1970s and 80s, light on laughs. By the 1970s, a generation of readers had grown up with a Joker characterized in compliance with the Comics Code Authority. The homicidal madness of the 40s was toned down to elaborate pranks and heists.
I, the notorious Joker, will stage the biggest ripoff in the history of Gotham City.
That kind of villainy seemed cemented in other media by the Joker's family-friendly TV work in the 60s, then by small animated roles in the subsequent decade. Legendary voice actor Frank Welker later brought the Joker into the 80s on the short-lived series The Superpowers Team, Galactic Guardians.
That Joker's laugh is always last, Tin Man!
The seldom-seen supervillain was a cartoon in every sense of the word through this era. Then, in 1989, things changed forever.
Wait till they get a load of me.
1989, Dancing with the Devil. Leave it to Tim Burton to reconcile Batman's pulpy screen brand with its dark roots. His mega-hit 1989 film inspired future adaptations to take the property more seriously. And the great Jack Nicholson showed how to take a comical psycho seriously.
See, you can make a good decision when you try.
His Joker began as Jack Napier, a gangster deformed and driven mad after falling into a chemical vat. He then takes over the Gotham City underworld with criminal mischief.
Jack is dead, my friend. You can call me Joker.
This Joker was genuinely scary, a formidable match for Batman to a fault. Many felt that his screen time and characterization eclipsed Bruce Wayne's. Even more controversial was the big reveal that Napier was the hood who murdered Wayne's parents.
Tell me, kid, you ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?
Burton's Batman may not have been the perfect narrative for fans, but Nicholson was the perfect Joker. He was showered with award nominations, which was rare for an actor in a superhero movie. Indeed, the Golden Globe nod was for Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy. Nicholson's Joker was humorous, but hardly anything to laugh about. There was no going back from this dark image.
Beauty and the Beast. Of course, if anyone else calls you Beast, I'll rip their lungs out.
1990s to 2000s, dark comedy. After Nicholson, the Joker became more prevalent in animated shows and features that finally respected his edginess. This renaissance really began with the acclaimed Batman the Animated Series, which ran on Fox Kids from '92 to '95.
Clean up your act, Joker.
Oh, that's a joke, right? Batman finally told a joke.
Movie star Mark Hamill made a stunning turn to the dark side in a variation of the Jack Napier arc, reprising the role in spin-offs, movies, and video games. His blood-curdling voice work became synonymous with the Joker. Even when Roger Stoneburner played him on the WB's live-action Birds of Prey, Hamill dubbed the voice.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Batgirl.
Of course, Kevin Michael Richardson made an impression in the 2004 to 2008 series The Batman. His Joker struck a more dominating figure with more frantic mannerisms.
What rational being dresses like you? Speaking of threads, think this is a good look for me?
It was a pretty dramatic departure to still be faithful to the character's darkness. And yet nothing could prepare us for his big comeback to the big screen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
2008. Why so serious? Christopher Nolan blew audiences away with the gritty Batman Begins. Fans could not wait to see Bruce Wayne meet his match in the sequel. Well, much of the hype was hushed when Heath Ledger was cast as the Joker. Americans mostly recognized the Australian matinee idol for the teen rom-com 10 Things I Hate About You and the art drama Brokeback Mountain.
Man, that's more words than you spoke in the past 2 weeks.
Hell, that's the most I've spoken in a year.
Ledger certainly had the chops, and we don't mean his Joker's distinctive Glasgow smile. He ultimately put fans' fears to rest. 2008's The Dark Knight was immediately hailed as a landmark in superhero cinema. Joker earned particular attention as an enigmatic terrorist, whose anarchist philosophies drove the film's complex social commentary.
You know what I noticed? Nobody panics when things go according to plan. Even if the plan is horrifying.
This made him a major figure in not only pop culture, but academic studies of politics, psychopathy, and characterization in art. Ledger's spectacular performance was equally groundbreaking.
Let's put a smile on that face. And... why so serious?
His Best Supporting Actor win marked the first time a superhero film won in a major category at the Academy Awards. Sadly, it was a solemn occasion. Shortly before the film's release, Ledger died of a medication overdose at age 28. But besides many other incredible roles, he's remembered for one of the defining acting performances of a generation. 2010s, trying out new material. The Dark Knight brought prestige to the Joker's brand. More importantly for Warner Brothers, the film confirmed its value and flexibility.
You think you're my greatest enemy?
Yes, you're obsessed with me.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
They presented Joker in many different incarnations throughout the 2010s. Most were animated, with Mark Hamill returning to the role in 2016's Batman: The Killing Joke.
I go loony as a light bulb battered bug. Simply loony.
One of the boldest interpretations was on the Fox series Gotham, in which Cameron Monaghan portrays two Jokers as twins, Jerome and Jeremy Valeska. Unfortunately, the character's highly anticipated entry into the DC Extended Universe may have gone too far.
I could tell you meant that.
You're gonna be my friend.
2016's Suicide Squad introduced the Joker as a volatile gangster with tattoos and a silver grill. It was hoped that rock star and renowned method actor Jared Leto could make it work. But he mostly made headlines for on-set antics that threw the legitimacy of method acting under scrutiny.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
The performance itself polarized audiences, though Mr. J was barely in the movie. The backlash was so great that he was merely alluded to in subsequent DCEU films.
The Joker Clown Prince of Crime, my former partner in madness, the Harlequin of Hate, the Jester of Genocide. You've never heard of him.
For all his multimedia salience this decade, the Joker needed a return to legitimacy. 2019, the headliner. Writer-director Todd Phillips found an unlikely departure from comedy in a certain comedian. 2019's Joker was an R-rated drama about Arthur Fleck's rise to villainy from poverty and mental illness.
All I have are negative thoughts, but you don't listen anyway.
It was a radical concept, not just for the DC property, but for mainstream Hollywood. And it was swarmed with controversy for its morally ambiguous depiction of a disturbed man's violent revolution. Many theaters even enacted policies to vet moviegoers. This was in response to the 2012 deadly mass shooting during a screening of The Dark Knight Rises in Aurora, Colorado. The shooter was dressed as the Joker.
20, 30 minutes into the movie, and first you smell smoke, everybody thought it was fireworks or something like that.
The film Joker commented on such senseless tragedies. Though set in the 1980s, it was an uncompromising confrontation with the apathy and violence of modern society. At least the prestigious Joaquin Phoenix was universally praised.
You know, I'm also a comedian.
Would you like to hear a joke?
Yeah? All of you? Okay.
Among his many accolades was the Academy Award for Best Actor. This made Joker the second character ever to win 2 Oscars, the first being Vito Corleone of the first 2 Godfather films. That is a testament to the elevated artistry of this Scorsesean psychological thriller. As shocking as its critical acclaim was, a global box office gross of over $1 billion challenged the idea of a comic book blockbuster. Phillips and Phoenix pushed boundaries further with the 2024 musical sequel Joker Folie à Deux.
Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. Better chase all your cares away.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. 2020's The Last Laugh. It seems audiences prefer their Jokers dark. Even Jared Leto's dreary reinterpretation in Zack Snyder's 2021 cut of Justice League was considered an improvement over the DCEU's take.
If you cross that line, I swear to God.
Before what, Bruce? Kill me?
You don't want to kill me. I'm your best friend.
The internet also had much to say about a small cameo in 2022's The Batman. Revered Irish actor Barry Keoghan is slated to return as a disfigured serial killer in a 2026 sequel. Until then, official screen interpretations of the Joker are not expected to lighten up. As for the unofficial, Vera Drew won underground praise as writer, director, and star of The People's Joker.
Okay, welcome to the stage, Joker the Harlequin.
Hi, I'm Joker the Harlequin. My pronouns are he and ha.
This unauthorized parody follows the aspiring clown as a trans woman seeking recognition in a dystopian society. In a triumph against studio red tape, Drew's semi-autobiographical comedy was released in 2024 to assert that there's no fitting this Jack in a box. Movies and shows have turned the Joker from a pulpy trickster into a popular antithesis of the status quo. Like his principle in comedy and as a supervillain, it's all about subverting expectations.
Some mayoral candidates take bribes from big money. I'm skipping the bribe part and just taking the money and giving it back to the citizens. Here's your money shot!
He may have even had the last laugh in public discourse. Perception of Bruce Wayne's multimedia brand hasn't changed much since the 1940s. Meanwhile, his archnemesis has regularly transformed on the screen as a pop icon, comic relief, a political symbol, and more.
While I was hired to fill the coffers of my shareholders, our main mission is to put a smile on everyone's face.
Though not all adaptations of the Joker have been successful, they've made him bigger than comic fans could have imagined. How do you feel about the on-screen evolution of the Joker and Batman through the years? Laugh it up in the comments.
There's a certain rhythm to these things. I cause trouble, he shows up. We have some laughs and the game starts all over again.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.